Welcome to my channel Sci-Fi Love Story. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Alex ran through the crowded streets of the alien city, his heart pounding in his chest. The city was alive with neon lights, flying vehicles zipping above, and aliens of every shape and size moving around in hurried paths. Most of them ignored him, a small human teenager weaving through their legs and hovering vehicles. He was used to being invisible in this massive metropolis, where humans were rare and often underestimated. But tonight, Alex wasn't invisible. Tonight, he had a mission that could change everything. Earlier that day, Alex had overheard a conversation in the buzzing market district. Two alien men, talking quietly but close enough for him to catch, were plotting something terrible. They spoke of a kidnapping, a pregnant alien woman named Lyra, wife of the wealthy and powerful Tycoon Zorath. They planned to take her from her floating mansion tonight and demand a ransom that would shake the city. Alex's stomach tightened. He had never met Lyra or Zorath, but he knew the woman was innocent, and he could not ignore the danger. Alex ducked behind a stack of glowing crates as the market's automated drones hovered by, scanning for any unusual activity. His small size and quick movements helped him remain unseen. But he had to move fast. The sun had already set, and the city's lights made the night bright, leaving no place to hide for long. He clenched his fists. Humans were not supposed to challenge aliens of power, not in this city. But tonight, he would. Tonight, he would try. He made his way to a quiet corner where he kept his small backpack. Inside, he had packed a few tools and devices he had scavenged or crafted himself. Some of them were crude, but Alex had learned to make the best of what he had. A small EMP pulse device, a hacking interface he had designed to mimic alien tech signatures, and a simple stun baton were his weapons. They were enough if he used them cleverly. As he ran toward the district where Lyra's mansion floated above the city, Alex thought about what he knew of the place. Zorath's mansion was a fortress, floating high above the central district on invisible anti-gravity platforms. The mansion was protected by drones, energy shields, and elite alien guards. Most people would never dare approach it. Most humans, anyway. But Alex was not like most humans. He reached the base of the mansion's anti-gravity lift platform. Security drones hovered silently, their glowing red eyes scanning constantly. Alex crouched behind a large support beam and studied their patterns. Timing would be everything. He waited, counting silently. 1, 2, 3, then he darted forward, hugging the shadows. The drones passed over without noticing him. Inside the mansion, it was even more dangerous. The floors were polished and glowing softly, walls lined with alien symbols that shimmered faintly. Alex could hear distant footsteps, the guards moving in predictable patrols. He slipped past their view, holding his breath every time they came near. His pulse was rapid, but he forced himself to stay calm. Fear could be deadly here. Finally, he reached the containment area. Lyra was inside a transparent energy field, floating slightly above the floor. Her eyes widened when she saw him, surprise and fear mixing in a silent plea for help. Alex quickly activated his EMP pulse device. The field flickered, sparks flying as the alien technology struggled against the human device. Sweat dripped down Alex's forehead. Almost there, he whispered to himself. The field collapsed just enough for Lyra to slip out. Quickly, Alex hissed, "Follow me." They moved silently through the hallways, avoiding guards and sensors. Lyra's soft steps were careful but quick, her large alien eyes scanning constantly. Alex noticed her belly, the gentle curve indicating she was far along in her pregnancy. He felt a pang of protectiveness. They had to escape. Every second counted. Suddenly, a loud alarm blared through the mansion. Red lights flashed, and drones swarmed the hallways. Alex grabbed Lyra's hand. "This way. Hurry." He led her to a service elevator, pressing buttons that made the floor drop suddenly. They dodged drones and narrowly avoided energy blasts from automated defenses. Each heartbeat felt like a drum of danger. They reached the lower levels, where the air was cooler and shadows provided cover. But their path was blocked. A massive alien guard, taller than any creature Alex had ever faced, stood in front of them. Its forearms ended in sharp claws, and its glowing eyes focused directly on them. Alex froze for a moment, then remembered the stun baton in his bag. He pulled it out, the electricity crackling loudly. "Stay behind me," he said. Lyra nodded, hiding behind him. Alex rushed forward, swinging the baton. The guard roared, a deep sound that shook the floor. Sparks flew as the energy hit its armor, but it did not stop. Alex ducked and rolled to the side, narrowly avoiding a swipe of its claws. His small human body could not match the brute force of the alien, but he had something more: speed and cleverness. He baited the guard, drawing it toward a control panel on the wall. With a swift jump, he pressed several buttons at once, activating the floor's energy traps. The guard stumbled as panels lit up beneath it, giving Alex and Lyra just enough space to dash past. They ran, hearts pounding, sweat and adrenaline mixing in their veins. Outside, the city night was alive, with flying cars and bright advertisements. Alex looked up at the floating mansion. They had made it down, but the chase was not over. He spotted a small maintenance hover lift nearby. It was old, slow, and barely functional, but it could lift them above street level. They climbed on as the alien guard appeared at the mansion's exit, growling with frustration. Alex activated the lift. Sparks flew, and the machine groaned under their weight. Slowly, it lifted them into the sky, giving him a brief escape from the chaos below. From above, Alex saw the city in its full scale. Bright towers, flashing lights, alien vehicles streaming through the sky lanes. And somewhere in the high towers, Zorath watched. The Tycoon's holographic monitors had captured the entire scene. His usual cold, calculating expression softened. Tears filled his eyes as he saw a small human, a teenager, risking everything for his family. He whispered something under his breath, words Alex could not hear. But the emotion was clear: gratitude, awe, and an unspoken respect for the human who dared to challenge the impossible. Below, the criminals regrouped, sending reinforcements after the two fugitives. Alex knew this was far from over. He had saved Lyra from immediate danger, but the chase was not finished. The city itself seemed to conspire against them, with neon signs and hovering vehicles creating a maze of hazards. Yet Alex did not falter. He had a purpose now, a mission beyond survival. He had to protect Lyra, keep her safe, and ensure her unborn child survived. Lyra looked at him, her alien features softening with gratitude and awe. You are brave," she whispered, her voice trembling. Alex shook his head. "No, I'm just human," he said. "But humans, we fight when we have to. And I couldn't let them hurt you." The lift carried them higher into the city air. Alex scanned for the next move. There were more drones, more guards, more dangers. But he felt something he had never felt before: determination. He was not just surviving anymore. He was fighting for someone else, risking his life for another. That feeling, Alex realized, made him stronger. Suddenly, a shadow fell across the lift platform. Another drone swooped down, energy weapons ready to fire. Alex's eyes narrowed. He grabbed Lyra and pushed the lift to the side, narrowly avoiding a blast that sent sparks flying past them. The drone's alarms blared, but Alex had learned the patterns now. He maneuvered skillfully, using the city's bright lights and structures as cover. "This way," he shouted. Lyra held tightly to him, trusting him completely. They moved toward an abandoned sector of the city, a place humans rarely went. It was dangerous, yes, but it also offered hiding spots and escape routes. Alex's mind raced, calculating every move, every possibility. Failure was not an option. As they disappeared into the shadows of the old city sector, Alex allowed himself a brief glance back. The mansion floated above, lights flashing as if searching for them. Somewhere in those towers, Zorath's gaze remained, silent and heavy with emotion. Alex did not know the Tycoon personally, but he felt a strange connection, a bond formed by bravery, sacrifice, and trust. Tonight, Alex had taken a step into a larger world, one full of danger and wonder. And although the night was far from over, he knew one thing clearly: he could face anything. For Lyra, for the child she carried, and for the proof that even a human teenager could change the course of a powerful alien's life, Alex would not stop. The city stretched endlessly before them, bright and alive, full of threats and possibilities. And in that endless night, a human teen ran through the shadows, carrying hope, courage, and an unbreakable determination to save a life, and in doing so, touched the heart of a tycoon who thought he had seen everything. The city's neon lights reflected off the metal walls of the abandoned sector as Alex and Lyra ran through the shadows. Their breaths came in short, sharp gasps, and the weight of her pregnancy slowed their pace. But Alex refused to let fear control him. Every step, every turn, was calculated to keep them just out of reach of the pursuing drones and alien guards. Lyra's large, expressive eyes darted around, taking in every possible escape route. Are you sure this will work?" she asked, her voice trembling with fatigue. Alex glanced at her, offering a faint smile. "We have to make it work," he said. "We don't have a choice. Just trust me." They ducked behind a stack of abandoned cargo containers. Alex quickly examined his surroundings. The sector was filled with old hover vehicles, broken scaffolding, and derelict machinery, a dangerous place for anyone but perfect for hiding. He found a small maintenance tunnel, barely wide enough for Lyra to squeeze through. "This way," he urged, leading her into the narrow passage. The tunnel was dark, the walls humming faintly with residual energy. Alex moved silently, pressing forward while keeping a hand on Lyra's back to guide her. The sounds of pursuit grew fainter, but he knew it was only temporary. The criminals were relentless, and the drones would not stop until they caught them. Suddenly, a loud clanging echoed through the tunnel. Alex froze. "Stay behind me," he whispered. A tall alien figure emerged from the shadows, one of the guards who had escaped the initial encounter at the mansion. Its forearms flexed, claws glinting in the dim light. Alex's mind raced. The stun baton wouldn't be enough against such a large and powerful creature, not in the narrow tunnel. But he remembered the maintenance scaffolding overhead. With a quick motion, he pulled a loose cable, sending it crashing down onto the guard's head. Sparks flew, and the aliens staggered, giving Alex and Lyra the moment they needed to slip past. They emerged into an open section of the old industrial district. The buildings were broken, their walls covered in neon graffiti. From above, they could see the city's glow, but also the paths of pursuing drones and searchlights. Alex spotted an abandoned hovercar. It was old and rusty, but the engine still purred faintly. "We can use that," he said, climbing in first. Lyra followed, her arms wrapped protectively around her belly. Alex worked quickly, overriding the alien security protocols using the hacking device he had brought. Sparks flew, and the engine groaned in protest, but finally, the hovercar lifted off. They moved just above the ground, dodging debris and avoiding detection. The thrill of escape surged through Alex. He had never felt so alive, so in control, even in the face of such danger. Meanwhile, high above in his floating mansion, Zorath watched the events unfold through his holographic monitors. His usual cold, calculating expression was gone. Tears welled in his eyes as he saw the tiny human teen navigating the chaos, protecting his wife. The Tycoon had faced countless threats in his lifetime, but this act of courage, was something he had never expected. Back in the hovercar, Alex glanced at Lyra. "Almost there," he said, though he wasn't entirely sure of where there was. They needed a place to hide and regroup, somewhere far from the mansion and the pursuing criminals. Alex remembered a safe zone, a hidden warehouse near the outskirts of the city, protected by old security fields the criminals would not expect. He steered the hovercar carefully, weaving through the tight alleys. A drone swooped down, weapons charging. Alex yanked the controls to the side, sending the drone crashing into a wall. Sparks and debris flew, but they were unharmed. Lyra's eyes widened, and she gasped, You saved us again." Alex shook his head, trying to keep calm. "We're not safe yet, just a little farther." Finally, they reached the hidden warehouse. Alex deactivated the hovercar and helped Lyra inside. The warehouse was empty, silent except for the hum of residual energy from old alien tech. Lyra sank to the floor, relief flooding her features. "Thank you," she whispered. Alex crouched beside her, catching his breath. "It's not over yet," he said. "We still have to make sure the criminals can't find you again." They spent the next hour reinforcing the warehouse with whatever security measures they could manage. Lyra used her knowledge of alien technology to strengthen the energy fields, while Alex set traps and improvised alarms. By the time they were done, the warehouse was as secure as they could make it. Suddenly, a faint vibration ran through the floor. Alex's eyes widened. "They're close," he muttered. But before he could react, a bright holographic projection appeared before them. Zorath stood there, towering and imposing, yet the emotion in his eyes was undeniable. "You saved her," Zorath said, his voice trembling slightly. You saved my wife. And our child." He stepped closer, lowering himself to meet Alex's gaze. "I have never seen such courage in a human. Most of your kind would have run, hidden, or done nothing. But you risked everything." Alex shook his head. "I didn't do it for reward. I just couldn't let them hurt her." Tears welled in Zorath's eyes. "Your bravery, it is beyond anything I imagined. Please, tell me what you want. Anything, I will give it to you." Alex hesitated. He thought about wealth, fame, and power. He could ask for anything, and Zorath would grant it. But none of that mattered to him. Instead, he said softly, "I want her to be safe. I want the baby to be safe. That's all." Zorath's shoulders shook as he fought to control his emotions. You're extraordinary," he whispered. Then he did something Alex did not expect. The Tycoon knelt down before him, a gesture of profound respect. "You have shown me that humans, even the smallest among them, can possess the greatest courage." Lyra stood beside Zorath, placing a gentle hand on Alex's shoulder. "You saved us," she said simply. "And you showed us, humans are capable of so much more than we ever thought." The criminals, realizing the failure of their plan, had fled. Drones and reinforcements returned to the mansion empty-handed. The city slowly returned to its normal rhythm, oblivious to the small human who had challenged the impossible and succeeded. In the following days, Alex became a quiet hero. He did not seek fame or rewards. He returned to his small apartment in the crowded human district, carrying with him the knowledge that he had made a difference. Lyra and Zorath often sent him messages, holographic gifts of gratitude, and news of the baby's health. One evening, Alex stood on a rooftop, looking out over the glowing city. The lights stretched endlessly, and the wind carried the hum of alien traffic. He thought about the night he had risked everything, the mansion, the drones, the guards. He thought about Lyra and the life growing inside her. And he realized something important. Being human did not mean being weak. Being human meant having the courage to face fear, the wisdom to use your mind, and the heart to care for others. As the stars twinkled above the neon city, Alex smiled. Somewhere out there, Zorath watched over his family, knowing that a small human teen had changed their fate. And Alex knew that, no matter what dangers the future might hold, he could face them. Not for glory, not for wealth, but because it was the right thing to do. And in that quiet, triumphant moment, a single truth became clear. Sometimes, the smallest heroes leave the biggest mark. The city buzzed below, alive and bright, unaware of the human teen who had become legend in the hearts of the aliens he saved. Alex turned back toward his home, ready to live his life, but forever changed by the night he risked everything. For Lyra, for the unborn child, and for the proof that humans could rise to the occasion when no one else would, Alex's story was just beginning.